A man just won $1.2 million at my casino, and the first thing he did was mouth, "They're going to kill my grandson," directly into my camera. I'm a casino surveillance operator. What happened next is why jackpot winners are never allowed to leave alone anymore. It was 2:47 a.m. on a Friday night in October when I noticed something wrong with the man at machine 187. The graveyard shift had just started 3 hours earlier, and I was settling into my usual rhythm in front of the wall of monitors that showed every angle of the area resort's gaming floor. 12 years I'd been doing this job, watching thousands of people gamble away their money, their time, their lives sometimes. You develop instincts after that long. You learn to read body language, to spot the tells that separate normal gambling behavior from something darker. Robert Hayes was a regular. 68 years old, retired postal worker from Tucson, always wore the same faded Arizona Diamondbacks cap. I'd watched him visit our casino maybe twice a month for the past 4 years, always playing machine 187, a high-limit slot positioned near the back wall where the noise from the main floor didn't carry as much. He was a creature of habit, arrived around 7 p.m., played for exactly 2 hours, never spent more than $300, tipped the cocktail waitress $5 when she brought him his 1 Coors Light, then left by 9:30 to head back to whatever hotel he was staying at. Predictable, safe, the kind of regular player that casinos love because he never caused problems and consistently lost small amounts over time. But tonight was different. Robert Hayes had been sitting at that machine for 6 straight hours, and I'd watched him feed over $11,000 into it. His normal pattern was completely shattered. The way he was hunched over the screen, the way his hands shook every time he hit the spin button, the way he kept checking his phone with this look of absolute terror on his face. Something was very, very wrong. I'd been watching him closely for the past 90 minutes, documenting his behavior, waiting to see if he'd self-correct or if I needed to alert my supervisor. "Vincent, you tracking the guy at 187? Dale Cunningham's voice crackled through my headset. Dale had been running casino surveillance for 23 years, had started back when everything was still on VHS tapes, and you had to physically be in multiple rooms to see different sections of the casino. He'd seen every scam, every cheat, every desperate person making terrible choices. When Dale had a feeling about someone, there was usually a damn good reason for it. His instincts were legendary among the security team. Yeah, I've had eyes on him for the past hour and a half. I adjusted the zoom on camera 14 to get a tighter shot of Robert's face. He's way over his normal spending pattern. Dropped at least 11 grand already, maybe more. Behavioral profile is completely off from his established baseline. In surveillance, we tracked patterns obsessively. Every regular player had a file with their typical gambling habits, spending limits, time spent at machines, even their drink orders. When someone deviated significantly from their pattern, it triggered alerts in our system. Robert Hayes' deviation tonight was massive. Keep watching him closely. His body language is all wrong. I've been doing this long enough to know when someone's gambling because they want to versus when they're gambling because they have to. This guy looks like he's got a gun to his head. Dale's voice had that edge to it that meant he was taking this seriously. Get me a timeline of his behavior tonight. When he arrived, how much he spent, any interactions with other patrons, anything unusual. I pulled up the footage from when Robert had first entered the casino at 6:43 p.m. That was already unusual because his normal arrival time was closer to 7:15. He'd walked in alone, no luggage visible, hadn't checked in at the hotel desk, hadn't stopped at any other machines, just made a straight line for machine 187 like he was on a mission. His face even back then had looked strained, worried, not the relaxed expression of someone coming to enjoy an evening of entertainment gambling. Over the next 6 hours, I documented everything. The increasing bet sizes, the way he never took bathroom breaks even though he should have needed to after 6 hours, the constant phone checking, the visible distress that kept getting worse as the night went on. Dale, I've got a complete behavioral timeline ready. This started wrong from the moment he walked in. He's showing every sign of external pressure, compulsive phone checking, distress signals, way over normal spending limits, no breaks, increasing desperation in his body language. If I had to guess, I'd say someone's forcing him to be here. The question is why and who. I was already scanning other cameras, looking for anyone who might be watching Robert, anyone showing unusual interest in his machine. That's what I'm afraid of. Keep all angles on him recorded with backup. If something's going down, I want every second documented, and start scanning the area around his position. Look for anyone who's been maintaining visual contact with him for extended periods. Dale was thinking the same thing I was. This had all the hallmarks of a setup, but we couldn't figure out the angle yet. That's when everything changed. Full story on my channel and linked below.